DomSeTCO is about more than just sea turtles. We're about ensuring coastal communities' natural ocean resources are protected so that their economies can depend on them reliably for generations. Coral reefs are an integral part. It's habitat for sea turtles, and it's also important for scuba diving, for tourists, and for fishing.
Well, lionfish is a species that's indigenous to the Red Sea and the Pacific Ocean. Funnily enough, it's a beautiful fish, one of the most beautiful fish in the sea. But they were so beautiful they started being adopted by the aquarium trade in the United States. They came into Florida, escaped into Florida waters, and then became this massive invasive species throughout the entire Caribbean, Central and South America.
What we know about lionfish elsewhere in the world is that when they show up, within 18 months, biodiversity declines significantly, up to 72% from other studies that we've seen. And so protecting reef diversity in a focused area by removing lionfish is a critical strategy to ensuring biodiversity is protected.
We looked at the other islands or what will happen in other places of the world getting lionfish and the impact on the lionfish on the reefs and so. So Dominica and we came together and we reached out to reef to teach us how to catch lionfish and how to deal with the problem before we got lionfish.
They're voracious feeders, they're extremely efficient breeders, they predate everything and they have no predators. So the only way to control them, and this has been proved by multiple studies, is one by one hand removal by divers.
Scuba divers just dive down with a pole spear and spear them. Lionfish, again, they don't hide, they have no predators here, so they're just out there feeding, and you can really just go right up to them and remove them from a reef.
One of the things that I've always been curious about is some sites we will go and do a hunt, and we'll go back a week later and there'll be lots of lionfish again. So I wanted to know, are they going deep? So what we did today was we practiced doing a operation on a lionfish, so sedating a lionfish and inserting a tracker.
So to implant a tag into a lionfish, it's like doing minor surgery. And what we do is we first capture the lionfish using a net very carefully so it doesn't get hurt or anything. We then anesthetize it, we turn it upside down, and we make a small 1 to 2 millimeter incision, and we can insert a little acoustic tracking tag into it, and then we sew it up carefully, and the lionfish swim by these acoustic receivers designed to hear the pings that are emanating from the lionfish. That way we can find out, are lionfish coming up from deeper reefs once we've cleaned one reef of lionfish, or they're coming from reefs to the side. And that helps us better make our plans for management on how we remove them from the reefs.
We've been very, very effective. I'm pretty proud of what we accomplished here on the island with the assistance of fisheries, and we really grew the restaurant business to understand that this is just another fish to serve. That's proved really effective, and here we are now about 7 years into the invasion, and restaurants are demanding more and more and more lionfish, and we're getting to the point now where on our dive sites there's not enough lionfish by any means to serve the restaurant industry. So we're going off sites to new locations and trying to eradicate lionfish from the entire coastline. And when I say eradicate, we're never going to win that battle. We're never going to actually eradicate them, but we will be able to at least keep them in a natural balance.